Hi, this is Praios and I'm a professional gambler. Today I want to show you another highlight match. Leon Tsoukernik versus Wiktor Malinowski, the poker pro versus the casino owner. The King's Casino is the one Leon owns, and yeah, Leon is known to be a fun player and a guy who has a lot of money, and yeah, some of the Shark regulars used to hunt him, and yeah, this is a heads-up death match where both guys agreed to very, very high straddles. This will be up to 3.2k and 6.4k. I already reviewed this footage in the past, but I edited it again, and this will only be the biggest pots and with known hole cards. So yeah, stay tuned, and I hope we can have a lot of fun together and learn some PLO. And yeah, this will be even more fun because yeah, these are huge pots, and yeah, I expect a lot of fun from this. So let's jump into the action. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Yeah, to reward my efforts. I mean, editing alone takes me a lot of time, and yeah, my time is very limited, but I try to bring at least one stream to you a week, so yeah. But for me to keep this effort up, I need you to, yeah, to support me, give me likes, subscribes, share this with your friends, and yeah, need my community to grow. Yeah. As this is out of the way, let's now finally get into the hands. As you can see, Wiktor has a quite weak hand here, but we still get it in. I mean, how does this happen? I mean, yeah, okay, it's a straddle and another one. I mean, I think Wiktor can actually lay it down or limp. Raising is not the smartest option in my eyes, but he raises it anyways. And yeah, I mean, at this pot to stack ratio, no way out anymore. And yeah, Leon also decides to gamble very hard with his rundown. I mean, his hand actually is a bit more qualified than the one from Malinowski. But yeah, I mean, they are so shallow, and I'm not an expert in playing very, very short stack. I mean, this looks like a lot of money, but keep in mind that the big blind effectively is 6.4k, so they don't even have 10 big blinds, so it might even be okay. Let's not waste our time with these extremely shallow games. And looks like Wiktor can take it down. No, he can't. Yeah, Leon had quite a good draw, and although his draw doesn't look that good, none of his outs were tainted, and he gets there on the river. Yeah, starting off with quite a healthy 87k pot. This one might even be bigger, as now the stack size increased substantially. Hi, Robbie. And yeah, let's get to the next hand. Again, a huge straddle to 6k. And a raise from Wiktor. I mean, can't blame him. He has an ace in his hand. He's double suited. Leon also has a good hand. I wonder actually why he's just calling. I mean, from this guy I would expect a re-raise almost always. Anyways, we see a flop. Almost all the money already went in, as they are not very shallow because of how many straddles are these? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straddles or something. And yeah, Wiktor top pair, no way out for him anymore now. And he also has a gut shot. Leon, on the other hand, is not very strong. I wonder how they got the money in. Okay, Wiktor bets very small. Yeah, I mean, Leon actually has nothing. I mean, he has a backdoor flush draw, which is not the nuts. And yeah, I mean, his backdoor straight draw isn't too bad, so we can justify calling. I mean, re-raising would not be that great. Okay, now Wiktor made his hand. He should expect to be good almost always. I mean, it's very unlikely, but I mean, it's not 0%, but it's very unlikely that his opponent has 3-6. So he's good almost always. I wonder how they got all the money in. Maybe they don't. Yeah, let's see what Wiktor does. I like to see him. I mean, he has this board crushed and almost no way that his opponent can have many outs. So I guess he could be tricky trappy here. I actually would like it. Well, bet very small again. So let's see what he does. I mean, he can get the money in anyways on the later street still. So no reason to bet big here. Is he going for the tricky trappy route? Yes, he does. I mean, that's not the card you wanted to see, but yeah, I mean, you can't be scared. Actually, with not even pot left, you still have to get it in if the chance is coming up. Yeah, Leon is now going for the bluff. I mean, I guess he has to. He basically has a nut low, and yeah, his opponent showed weakness on the turn. Yeah, I don't hate it. The more interesting question in this hand is, should Wiktor raise? And can he get called by verse? I guess he probably can. I mean, as the action went down, any 5 will call getting this pot out. So raising makes some sense, to be honest. Let's see what he does. The drunken master chooses to just call, and yeah, Leon gets the bad news. Yeah, I mean, the raise would be very thin, so I don't hate that he's just calling. So smaller straddles now, but yeah, again, the pot to stack ratio is extremely small. I think they have effectively like 7 big blinds, so by the way, I hate the open raise from Wiktor. This hand is terrible. I mean, he's double suited, but yeah, it's still crap. And yeah, after he does that, now he is committed. And yeah, I guess Leon now will also try to gamble this in. Oh no, he's just calling. That's sort of unexpected. Yeah, I guess... Okay, Wiktor has nothing but the blockers. And yeah, Leon, despite Wiktor having the straight... I mean, he managed to make the straight, although his opponent has the perfect blockers. So yeah, they might get it in. I mean, there's almost nothing left and Wiktor has to bluff. I mean, he has a 0% equity hand, basically, if he is getting called. But I mean, you have to have some bluffs in any hand, and this is a perfect hand to have it. And Leon could still have some shit he might still be folding. Yeah, what's not calling here? I guess ace, queen, deuce 3 or something. Something that has nothing at all. Yeah, 6-5-4-3, another X. I think 6-5-4-3 probably still folds as well. Leon could also have something like... Ooh. Ace, queen, 6-6. But yeah, it's hard to come up with hands that I'm not calling. Yeah, but still. Let's see what Wiktor does. Wiktor thinks that he has to have a bluffing range, as I said. And yeah, he gets it in. And he has to make a runner full house to win this pot. And he's drawing that on the turn. So... Oh, up to the next hand. By the way, the original footage is, if I remember correctly, from GTOpoker Replays. Shout out to him. And yeah, feel free to search for his video on YouTube as well. As I said, it's unedited, no Holecards and stuff, so I think my footage is better, but yeah, credit where credit is due. Okay, another straddle to 3k and a raise from Leon with the... Yeah, I mean, this hand isn't great. Wiktor's hand isn't great either, but yeah, he has to defend for sure. After, yeah, he's getting a good discount. And this is a paired board. Interesting what they will do. I think I remember this hand. I think Wiktor might go for the check raise bluff. The GTO play would be to bet small in Leon's shoes. Could even consider to check back, but yeah, standard would be to make a small bet, and that's what he does. I mean, I don't hate if Wiktor is check raising. He has some backdoors. He has indirect blockers, meaning that he has a 10 and a queen and a king. And usually when someone has a jack, he needs a 10, queen or king, so some connected stuff. So these are the indirect blockers I was mentioning. So I don't hate this re-raise. He's also getting a very good price on this bluff. Yeah, Leon now just calls. I love it. He should not force out all the bluffs. And if his opponent has a mate hand two-way, he's getting in the money anyway. So very good call. And yeah, Leon's hand got even better now. He has an open-ender now as well. And Wiktor also picked up a little something. Now having flush draw too. So I think he probably will continue, hoping that Leon might fold something like pocket nines or whatever. Let's see. I mean, we already know that this hand went to showdown, so it was pretty obvious that he will continue with the bluff and Leon with the very easy call. And Wiktor needs a heart. Let's see if he can get there. This heart also needs to not give his opponent a full house. Let's see if he can get lucky. They probably currently decide if they want to... Oh, that's annoying. Now we might not see what happens. But yeah, I mean, only 15%, so he will lose the majority of the time. Oh, it's a heart. It's a heart, but it's also giving Leon a full house. So 110k to the casino owner from the Czech Republic. Again, the mandatory straddles. Leon even adds one straddle in addition, which he does not need to do. And yeah, both people have quite good hands. I mean, Wiktor has the nuts, obviously. And yeah, the money might go in. I mean, Leon probably should not re-raise, but as I know his game a bit, so this money might go in pre-flop. Let's see what happens. He should just call in my eyes, but not sure what he will do with such a beauty. I mean, to be honest, this hand isn't too great. 3 spades and a dangler with a 7, but yeah, Leon does not care. Raises it up anyways, and yeah, very easy to get it in for the Poker Pro. And the 213k pot on the way. Big favorite, Wiktor Malinowski. Oh, very unfortunate run out for Leon. Already drawing that on the turn. Ship it 213k pot to the Polish Poker Pro. Not sure. You know what I mean. Oh, just a limp. He might be going for the limp raise. I think he does this quite a bit. I also don't like that Leon is not just checking his bad hand. I mean, it isn't too bad. It's double suited, it's sort of connected. And Wiktor might limp a lot of trash against this, which you are doing well. He also has position, so it's not too bad. But yeah, I personally prefer check a little more. Especially given that Wiktor might be trapping a bit. And yeah, with a hand like this, you like to have bigger stack sizes afterwards. And yeah, Wiktor actually goes for the limp raise. And this looks like... I mean, we might get it in. Wiktor can't get away anymore, for sure. He has top pair and a gut shot. And yeah, Leon also might feel committed. He has a gut shot too, backdoor flush draw, and the middle pair. I mean, his hand is actually close. It could be a fold still. You will have to go to the lab to figure this out exactly. Yeah, that's a very close one. I mean, his opponent could have aces or something, then you are just having a gut shot and a backdoor flush draw. But, I mean, how much equity is this? Like 4 or 5 outs. So 25% against like the worst hand you can run into. And you need, I mean, it's 1.5 pot size left. So you need like 37, 38% equity or something. I mean, he could still fold, but he probably will not. This is an action game and people usually don't fold. I mean, this has to be close for sure. I mean, it's also bad for him that a flush draw is out there, so flush draw will crush his hand quite badly. Let's say his opponent has like the ace high flush draw. Yeah, I changed my mind. I say this is still a fold on the flop. I mean, even against just top pair, he's not doing well. But against the actual holding, this is a get it in. But yeah, against the range, I think he should fold. I mean, the limp raising range should include a lot of aces. Okay, but Leon gets lucky. 2 pair on the river. Yeah, Wiktor just top pair still. No improvement. Unlucky. Leon doing quite a comeback. Back at 200k stack. And 6.4k straddle. Wiktor has a good hand for sure. He might go for the limp raise again, although this hand is a bit too weak. I guess he's just limp calling. I hate the re-raise from Leon. His hand is not qualified, as Tony G likes to say. And he's just limp calling as I suggested. And we have top and bottom pair and the backdoor flush draw for Wiktor, and top pair and a gut shot for Leon. They probably will not get it in here. I wonder if Leon is continuation betting. I mean, it isn't too bad. You will not get check raised a lot because you can have aces or kings or ace king a lot. And yeah, your range should be a lot. Ace king, aces and kings have more kings heavy than the one of Malinowski. So there's not that much downside to a c-bet, but he could check back as well. Let's see what he decides. Wow, full pot is definitely not what you should bet here. I mean, it's a dry board. Yeah, this is just bad. Let's see what Wiktor does. He might choose to get it in because he might say, okay, this guy has something and my hand is also good enough to get it in. Although you don't love it, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that crushes you, and the pot to stack ratio is still 4.5, so quite big. Yeah, I guess. I mean, if he just calls, is it getting any better on any turns? And this is a close one. He could just call or just get it in right away. Let's see what he will do. He just calls. Ooh, that's an action turn. Malinowski now also picked up the flush draw. No way he's folding ever. And Leon gets very lucky, making the straight. And yeah, I guess the money will go in now. Again, going for the full pot. Yeah, no way out for Wiktor. I mean, even if he's behind, he now has enough equity to continue. And yeah, his opponent might be just betting something that he actually has beat. For example, something like 10 jack, queen jack, or 10 queen jack, so the wrap and a flush draw, which he is crushing very badly. Leon could go crazy with something like ace queen 10, ace queen jack, ace queen, ace 10 jack, with flush draw and a pair. Yeah, he could also have a straight against which he's not doing too bad. Only aces or kings are the hands he's fearing a bit, but even against that he has some equity. Only aces he's not doing that well, so yeah, easy get it in. Let's see what the percentages are. I mean, look at this. It's a turn already. One more card to come and he still has 30%. And this is like a bad case. Against this range he has a lot more equity than 30%. Will they run it twice? No. So just one river card. And it's red, but it's a diamond. So Leon will take it. 400k for the Czech casino owner. Yeah, some hands without showdown, so the stakes changed a bit, but yeah, 300k in both guys' stakes. So now we are playing 100 big blind poker. These are insane high limits and a lot of fun to watch these for sure. A raise and the call. Wiktor could have limped as well. I mean, this hand plays terrible against 3-bet, so I prefer limp actually. Yeah, Leon's play is standard. And yeah, Leon with the blockers. And yeah, Wiktor has a very strong hand here. Let's see how he's playing it. He could bet. I mean, if you have a set on a straight board, blocking the straight as well. I think the GTO line often is to bet out, but you could also go for the check call, try to induce something, do a little pot control. So what will he do? I mean, this is not an opponent against whom you need to play GTO. But yeah, he looks like he looked into some sims, or he has a good natural understanding. He bets small. This is also good sizing for these lockdown boards. I mean, you either have the straight and you are very far ahead, or you have nothing. So no need to apply a huge bet size. So that's a great play. And yeah, Leon utilizes his blockers. Also a good play. He's also getting a very good price on his bluff. And he can actually still make a straight. So yeah, I like the play from both guys. Wiktor now is supposed to call. Which he probably will do in a second. He does. Now both guys have the straight. Very lucky turn for Leon. Yeah, Wiktor now is still in bluff catcher mode. I expect Leon to bet again. Let's see. Sometimes these fun players chicken out now, thinking they have showdown value and yeah, don't want to get money in against better hands. But yeah, you can get called from a lot of hands that you beat, like sets or 2-pair and flush draws. Yeah, and it's also very unlikely that your opponent has a straight too, and he also needs a king with it. So he needs king 10 and you have 2 10s already. So I personally would bet, but Leon is not betting. And yeah, this will be a split pot. Let's see if they chicken out again and check again. I mean, Wiktor is still bluff catching. I like it. I mean, he's showing weakness twice now. And yeah, Leon should bluff now. I mean, this is not a bluff. Leon should value bet for sure, in my eyes. Let's see if he will find the value bet on the river. And yeah, this would be an easy call for Wiktor. Against this size, he could even debate to raise. I mean, I think it's very unlikely that he is beat. And he might push his opponent off a split pot. So yeah, not too bad to raise, but yeah, the safe route for sure is to call. Yeah, and that's what he does. I mean, you don't want to pull a huge bluff against a fish and then be left with a very small stack. You want to keep the pot to stack ratio very big and play as deep as possible, because there's more room for the recreational players to make mistakes. So yeah, I get his call, and it's the best line to take for sure against the recreational players, where GTO and other stuff is not that important. Yeah, okay, that's the straddle. Yeah, that's another straddle. This is not the best hand, Wiktor, and I would just limp in Wiktor's shoes, but he's deciding to raise. Leon defense, standard so far. Okay, trips for Wiktor, flush draw for Leon. This is another lockdown board, not as dry as the one before, because there's also a flush draw and a lot of straight draws, but the board is paired already, and all these draws are worthless against a possible made full house, so no need to bet big. So I expect a small continuation bet by Wiktor and maybe a call from Leon. He might also try to put in a small bluff, trying to win the hand right now. Let's see what happens. No, he's just calling. Oh, this might be a money card for Wiktor. Let's see how this plays out. What should he do here? I mean, when your opponent calls the flop, he probably has something. But he will be pot controlling very often. So I would bet again and try to milk the flushes and the trips, or maybe weaker full houses. So yeah, definitely betting. Good question. What size you should use? Yeah, let's see what Wiktor does. I think he probably could go even a bit bigger. And another heart on the river. This is a very blankish river, to be honest. Yeah, he should definitely bet again. But how much is the question? What is the maximum amount of flush is willing to call? I mean, another full house probably calls a big bet. How much is a flush willing to call? You definitely bet something. Big bet, small bet. Yeah, I'm undecided. Would probably bet something in the 50 to 70% range. Yeah, he goes even. He's goes even a bit bigger than I would have done. But the pot would be bigger already, as I would have bet the turn bigger when he did. So let's see what happens. Oh, that's what the fuck? Why the fuck is Leon raising? He has no good blockers to the full, and he has some showdown value. I mean, there's no reason to turn his hand into a bluff, and he can also probably not expect Wiktor, who is, in my eyes, a bit of a calling station, to fold any sort of full house. So if you think your opponent is bluffing, then call your flush. But this is not a good spot to raise for sure. I mean, this play sucks a lot, in my eyes. Yeah, Wiktor obviously has to call. And he does. Yeah, I'm not sure what Leon was thinking here. Maybe he thought that he's beat, but he might be against a small full house which he can bluff off or something. But I don't get the thinking behind this. I would not have done this play myself. And we are again at a very small stacks. I mean, not small stacks, but it's like, what is it called? It's, yeah, they have very small amount of blinds. I mean, I'm a professional poker player, so should know. What is this called? Short stack game. Yeah, that it is. So yeah, less than 20 BBs. And is this a re-raise? Good question. I mean, we also have to take into account that Leon probably is tilted right now and probably raises any four. So yeah, I wouldn't blame him if he's getting it in, but just calling is fine too. I mean, you have a post-flop edge, and this looks like a good flop for both. And yeah, Leon gets quite lucky hitting the nuts, but yeah, he needs to protect a bit here. Let's see. He bets small, so if he has trash, he's most of the time betting pot, and yeah, I mean, I already recognize this. And if he has the nuts, he's betting small. Can Wiktor fold here? I mean, no way. He has two pair and the open ender. His opponent can bluff with a lot of weaker hands, for example, blockers, flush draws, hands like his. And yeah, not folding here yet. And he calls. And this is a very blankish turn, and they might get it in. I mean, this actually is sort of close because you don't beat any of the value hands, and you also don't do well against them, but yeah, against the bluffing, I mean, the bluffing range probably is big enough, especially after Leon spewed off so much money in a big pot. So yeah, I probably wouldn't fold, but this actually is close. I mean, he just has weak two pair, and there are straights out there. Sets possible. I mean, there's so much stuff that beats him. Even the draws, most draws crush him. So yeah, that's a tough one. But yeah, I don't expect him to fold. Yeah, he snaps. Yeah, unlucky. He just has 17.5%. Yeah, but yeah, let's see if we can get lucky. Or can the straight hold? We will find out in a second. I think we did not run it twice. It's a black card and it's a 5. The straight is good on the river. Leon wins a healthy pot. We are almost at the end of this video already. Only 1.5 minutes left to go. Yeah, I mean, the limp is okay. I expect Wiktor to check. Both hands are not the strongest. Hate this raise. This is, I mean, you can only do this if you have the read that your opponent is only limping complete trashy stuff. But even then, I would just check. So not a great play. And both pick up as something. Leon with the double gutter and the flush draw, and Wiktor with a gut shot 2 and a flush draw. Let's see how this plays out. Good check back, I say. I mean, you don't necessarily want to get it in on the turn. Now it might be time to extract some value. Okay, now Leon is betting. I mean, this is a typical bluff catcher hand and a hand to strengthen your checking range with, so don't like it. Wiktor probably just calls, I guess. He does. Well, that's not a good card for either of them. Let's see what Leon does. Maybe another stupid bet. Yeah, this is for sure a stupid bet. I mean, what the fuck is he doing? Does he really think that he's getting some sort of value from something worse, or is it a bluff again? But there's no reason to turn his hand into a bluff. Yeah, Wiktor now will snap call again. And yeah, winner 79.2k pot. This might be the last hand of the session. Yeah, probably. I mean, it is not the last hand of the session. You can watch the end in a video that's quite popular. It's up and running on YouTube. Just check out my channel there if you're interested in the rest. And yeah, what will happen here? Leon raising. This hand isn't too great. And they are again at 10 VBs only. And yeah, Wiktor might just ship it in. His hand is also not great, so calling or re-raising both are fine. And he decides to go for the re-raise line, and we probably will get it in now. Okay, what is happening here? Who will win this one? I say it's going to Malinowski. And so far it's looking like he has 100%, so yeah. As I said, more videos from the sessions on my YouTube. Yeah, thanks for watching. It was a pleasure. Yeah, thanks for watching. Bye bye and good luck at the tables.